Good evening, traders. Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 4:15 p.m. Markets have been closed. I think we have a wedge situation going, guys. I'm going to show you two wedges. One that you're looking at right now on your screen, and another one that I got from a fellow tweeter. Oh, thank you, Scott. I'll show that in a moment. But this wedge is from the 1 hour chart. And if I can turn on the pointer. Okay, it's been forming a wedge the last 1, 2, 3 days. Here's the bottom. Here's the top. See that? We are about to experience a big move. I'll let you guys make that decision what move it's going to be, up or down. But I think when you get in a wedge formation like this, when the MACD, look at the MACD hourly right now. It's curling flat near the 0 line. It has already gotten 1 notch, 2 notch, and now it's spent the day flattening out near the 0 line. Okay? I cannot say with a straight face that that's a bearish sign. If anything, that's bullish. Okay? But I cannot at the same time say, well, with 100%, yeah, we're going to go up. Okay? But that's not bearish. Remember the criteria that I've always had right here. 1 hour, -20 is bearish. You're nowhere near that. You're not even heading towards that. Okay? You're not even heading towards the -20 line. That's the quantitative side that I have set for the 1 hour chart for the MACD. Okay? You're not even close to it. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Thank you, Scott, for tweeting. He tweeted, he sees a bullish wedge on the 60-minute that could catapult it. Oh, he's asking the question. Here's your bullish wedge right there, right? That's a different wedge that I drew earlier. My wedge is just like right in here. Okay, but he's drawing a much bigger one, a bullish wedge, right? And actually, I said, yeah, actually on the 60-minute futures on the MACD, it's positioned nicely near the 0. That's highly suggestive of a big move up. That today couldn't get confirmation of an official trend change. And what I'm talking about when I say official trend change is I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. Can the price action of SPY retake successfully backtest on the 5-minute charts the EMA 50 line, yes or no? And today the answer was no. Could not get confirmation of an official trend change. That's what I'm looking for, right? That's what I'm looking for to essentially go long. And by the way, I don't consider futures, extended hours, overnight, and pre-markets to count when I'm talking about a trend change. It has to be during the trading hours because I've seen too many times, even last night, the 5-minute EMA 50 of futures, oh, it was way above the EMA 50 on the 5-minute chart. But what happened today? It collapsed. See, so I don't trust futures. I don't trust overnight. I don't trust pre-market. It has to happen during the trading hours for me to get confirmation of a trend change. Okay? So that is what I wanted to show you, basically about this screen right here. Okay, this morning, I'm just showing you screenshots of what I said this morning. Now you see the 1 hour is actually crossed below the signal line. I'm talking about right here. Okay? And then I said, so that's not bullish, okay? It's not. It's not bullish. When I see that crossover, it's like, oh no, you're going lower. And here's what I said shortly afterwards. It's not bullish per se. You can expect more downside. I said that this morning. Okay? You generally retrace at least 90% to your starting point. So that's below. Right? Here was your starting point. And I put the cursor right here. See that? In this morning session. Okay. So that's what I said this morning, and I said you generally retrace at least 90% to your starting point. So actually, I already called for more downside this morning. Okay. So how did I do? So remember here's the cursor about where this notch is. Okay. Keep that visual. How did I do? Oh, well, look at that. It's basically landed right where I put my cursor this morning. I said you're gonna land about there or about right there, and that's exactly where it stopped. Okay, so it was actually, I called for a downside. No, that's not bullish. You're going to go down today, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, so So that's just good exercise. You know, next time you guys see this, when you look at the 1 hour and you see it crossing over, it's like, oh no, that's not going to rebound. It just doesn't. The 1 hour MACD doesn't just rip to the upside like on a 1 minute chart, right? It takes some time to make that line curve, right? The 1 hour, right? So, um, so there you have it. Okay, so now here's the 4 hour MACD. Look at this. So you've got two notches now. One, two. To me, boy, two notches now, and you're close to the zero line right there. And you look at this. That's a higher low than that. It's a higher low than that. Basically, it's forming a wedge. Whew. It's setting up for something, guys. It is setting up for something. Okay, you guys know what happens at the end of a wedge. You know, it's gonna make a move up or down, one way or another. It's gonna make a move. Okay, and just that with the MACD on the 4 hour right here, close to the zero line, the 1 hour close to the zero line. I mean, how many notches you got now? 1, 2, 3. Even the MACD here. Look at this on the 1 hour. Look at that, and look at that. Even the MACD is forming a wedge. Okay. So one thing you cannot say is the patterns suggest, at least tomorrow, you cannot say it's going to go down. You cannot say it's going to be bearish. You cannot say that because the data does not support that particular conclusion. Okay? So, but what you cannot say conclusively either is it going to rip to the upside tomorrow? No, you can't say that either. All you could say is the MACD on the 1 hour and the 4 hour is close to the zero line and it is not going down. And that we are developing a wedge formation on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. And then you saw on Scott's tweet, he was going a much more macro level. He's going across several days, if not 2 or 3 weeks. There's a falling wedge, which is generally bullish. Okay, so just pointing all that stuff out there. I'll let you guys make the decision how you want to interpret that information. Okay, so next slide. All right. Okay. Actually, this is, I just wanted to make one final point that actually I was remiss. I did not emphasize that point in last night's slide. So this is the October 13 low. And remember when I was talking about best fit lines, starting here on the August peak right here, when I drew the bottom of this channel, starting from right here. See that? Right there. You got to draw it from the ascending side, right? Notice how the bottom of the channel and the bottom of the channel that we're in now crisscross perfectly with the 1013 wick low. Perfectly. Boom, right there. Right there. Smack in the middle. Right? And I drew that line from up here. All I did was, to draw this line, I just connected this point with this point. That's it. Right? That's all I did. And it, boom, boom. 1013 wick low. Perfect. You guys seen the movie Angels and Demons? You know, where they're just looking at signs and you're looking at pointing, this sign or this statue points to this direction and that direction. This is what I feel like that is, right? So with Tom Hanks. So that's what I feel like this whole thing is. It's just like the signs are all there. They're actually hiding in plain sight. They're all there. It's just whether you recognize where it's pointing to. You see what I mean? It's like, wow. Okay, so that's all I wanted to mention on this slide right here. This one is actually just more of a zoomed out, huge longitudinal view, right? This here is like July through August, August through October, October through December, and then today. See, just gives you an idea, just a more of a macro visual of where we are, So take it for what it's worth. If you want to try to kind of draw the similar lines on your own charts, feel free to do so. Okay. So actually, you guys, that's all I've got for tonight. I don't want to draw this out and keep repeating something, but that's basically all we got. I mean, you can't say it's bearish, but you can't say we're gonna surge tomorrow either, right? because the data just says, well, something's going to happen. It's wedging. It's wedging on two different scales. My scale that I showed you on the 1 hour chart over the last 3 days or so, but then you saw Scott's wedge across, we'll just call it 2 or 3 weeks or so. See? So there you have it. You guys can decide what you want to do with that information. And I pointed out yesterday in last night's video, I pointed out the red green alternating colors on the 4 hour chart. That means a big move's coming. So we are forming something. Okay? So I want to show you, since while we're looking at a macro level, this is the 4 hour chart. Okay. So like this, the 4 hour right here through today, or this past week. So the downtrend has stopped. You cannot say the downtrend will continue because it stopped. It pivoted right at the negative 35 line, just like it did here, 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 here. Time and time again, it pivoted. So the downtrend has stopped. You cannot make the argument it's going to go down. It's right here. Okay? So we've got the notches. That's what I'm saying. Every time we're close to the zero line, every time we get close to the zero line, a big move to the upside is coming. So that's all I'm saying. But what you cannot say is, well, there's a big move to the downside coming. Okay, where do you see that? Where do you see it? Okay, so, okay, now also I want to point out, again, I believe that, okay, from 1013, yes, 1013, wick low. It's right here. You can't really see it though, because the macro view. Right here. From here to about November 7th or so. We'll just call it the election. From 1013 to the election week. This is one cycle. I'll just call it a cycle or a series. This is one cycle that was stopped because it pivoted on the negative 35 line and you made a notch here. Okay? That notch confirms this cycle is over. This notch is the beginning of a new cycle that went up and concluded here. This cycle ended because now you have a notch here. You see what you follow me? Okay. So that's how I'm choosing to look at the data. I think we're starting a new cycle. This November through all of December is one big giant series. It started here at the negative 35 line, and it ended here at the negative 35 line. See what I'm saying? So we're getting into a cycle. We're starting a new cycle. What I cannot say is the cycle going to be up or down or sideways? See what I'm saying? Because the last 2 4-hour attempts hit the zero line, stopped, come up, hit the zero line, stopped. Is that a sign of something? See what I mean? So I'm asking you these questions because we haven't seen this formation. Like, yeah, I know it's not in the June low because when I went back and looked, I've not seen a double, a double hump like this on the 4 hour. Okay, so there you have it. I'll let you guys decide what you want to do with this information, what decision you want to make. But yeah, so let's just see what happens tonight in futures. I'll be interested to see how that pattern plays out. Okay, so that is all I've got for you guys today. And if you have any questions, you can reach out on Twitter or leave a comment, and we'll just go from there. Okay, thanks you guys, and we will talk again tomorrow.